Previously on Crit Fail Club.
The other prisoners by now are staring at you just in awe. They just watched you take down a horrible manticore. And now, apparently only with a little bit of prodding, you are going to release them.
And I could be stealing things right now, but instead I am unlocking people out of cages.
Does anyone know where the nearest city is?
Aren't there halflings nearby? I could have sworn there was like a city or a village, or maybe it was my mistake.
As you are insisting that there are no halflings here, Nyla, you hear a very familiar voice. Nyla, is that you?
I turn in horror.
You recognize him immediately. His name is Thaddeus Brightwine. He is the only innkeeper in your hometown, because it only had one inn. Oh, I bet you came back to visit your parents, didn't you? And then you saw...
I didn't do it. And she starts trying to power walk him away. I think she brightens up once she's away from the rest of the crowd, and she's like, it's good to see a familiar face. You know, I miss the hometown.
I wish the circumstances were better, but yeah.
She looks hesitant. She goes, have you seen my parents recently?
Not since I was taken from outside of the village, no. Oh, it was about 4 days ago now. They would torture us for about a week, and then they would take you downstairs to be eaten by the manticore.
We should get you home.
Yeah, unfortunately I don't think I'll be able to make it all the way back home. It's probably best if we just take everyone to the healing house in Scornable.
We need to talk with Ariazes about the letter we found, but not with Sal.
What letters? What are we talking about?
Letters and arcane notes and, talking about a prophet not being able to cast magic?
And they were talking about further sacrifices, specifically of children. I want to be straight with you here. I am concerned that we're not going to get our money. I think that what we can all agree on is that
we need to help the children.
It doesn't take long to get you to Scornable. And the healing houses of Lathander, they're easy to pick out because it is literally the only temple in the city. Hey, little hell! You got like 30 people who've been tortured. One of the higher priests up the echelon approaches the rest of you and he's like, where did you find these people?
There's a cultist temple to Beshaba in the Reaching Woods.
It's not usually in Beshaba's purview to torture a lot of people all at once. This is extreme. The Far Anchor is a very nice establishment. Everyone piles in.
So, now that this whole lovely mess is behind us...
I kick her under the table. We think that this temple was not the only one.
If there's another temple, then we for sure gotta get there.
Yes.
What is the plan for going back to Baldur's Gate and returning you to your lovely family?
Oh, I really didn't want to have to talk about this. My father has been really pressuring me to get married to a woman that I do not know. You wake up a little before dawn the next day. It's this lonely port just at the end of just a road. You see someone in a long waxed brown leather cloak, and they are tugging along another figure, maybe like 4 feet tall, also cloaked, and that person is on a rope lead, like a leash. They have a small team of people carrying a huge, it's gotta be like 12 feet in either direction, crate with air holes punched in the side.
Some person appears to be captured. I'm gonna go scope out the place. I gotta make sure there's nothing going on.
You see 6 rooms in the lower quarters. 2 of the doors are shut, and the rest of them, well, one of them is yours, and the other 3 are open.
I'm gonna pick the door.
So Scooby-Doo style, you all sort of crane your head
Exactly.
through the crack in the door and look inside. You can both see a sort of stumped figure with a rope leash tied around its neck and attached to the hammock. It is sitting quietly in the corner and not moving. It smells like rotting flesh.
I'm gonna go in there and figure out what's going on. Sir? Person? Hello? Are you okay?
I would like all of you to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh, my sweet summer children.
Oh, Nyla.
Ariazes, you take 15 points of damage.
Okay.
Selwyn and Nyla, you have dropped to 0 hit points.
Oh, no.
Shit!
Ariazes is like, Sal, they're down!
Sounds like what? He is going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level. You come awake, Selwyn, with 23 hit points. But now that you regain consciousness, Sal's like, it's a Bodak! And Sel has to make a con saving throw. Ooh.
Oh my god, no!
Wow, that is exactly enough to knock him out.
Oh my god, no!
So both you and Ariazes are going to take 5 points of necrotic damage, and you're going to keep taking that.
I'm going to use my action to cast Witch Bolt at a higher level. I'm also going to use the Skull Focus to use it to deal critical damage.
Oh my god, this might be the killing blow. You might do it,
Oh my
Selwyn!
god!
Whoa!
Hey!
Nyla and Salvador are both stable, you can tell. The only one who's not stable is Ariazi's, Selwyn.
No, I definitely rush back over to her, just like drop down next to her.
Roll a medicine check. Oh, that's a dirty 20 of love.
Reaches up and pats Selwyn's face like, thank you for taking me,
welcome.
picking me up.
Never gonna wash my face.
So you have all just been woken up by Sal, mostly, and saved almost entirely by Selwyn.
Right.
You have not had, like, any time to adjust when you suddenly hear a clamor from above you. You hear a shout and a very loud thump, and then some discreet yelling across the deck.
Who's the most conscious?
You're all
Probably
conscious.
It's Selwyn. Like the rest of
Yes,
us just woke up.
Yeah, we're all like, ugh.
Well, I want you to know that Sal, despite only having 1 hit point, is going to run up anyway.
Oh no!
Too late, you can't stop him, he's already running up.
Oh my god.
Drags her feet. All right, let's go after him.
Nyla's like still on the floor and she's like slowly getting up. What fucking garbage nonsense is this? What is going?
So, following reluctantly, Salvador, you all come up to the top of the deck, where you see quite a tableau. You see a small circle of crew members around Captain Warwater, who has pinned against a wall a half-elf in a brown waxed leather cloak. She has her arm pinned behind her back, and she is swiftly disarming her, and muttering stuff like, fucking bringing bullshit on my ship.
Does the figure look like the one that I saw leading the boat out onto the ship?
It sure does, now that you mention it.
That nobody else but you saw. Interesting.
Yeah.
It sure does. It sure looks a lot like that. And she is growling, she's hissing and spitting, but Captain Warwater is making very swift work of her. She is disarming her. She reaches into her cloak, and a couple things clatter to the ground. She rips a dagger, a small dagger, off her hip and tosses it onto the ground where it clatters loudly. She pats her down and sees she grabs her wrist and pulls it up. Is like, you can't have that magic ring either, you little piece of shit. And she rips off a ring off her finger and throws it down next to the dagger.
Nyla's eyes light up.
It's not for stealing, Nyla.
I didn't say anything.
Your face did.
Oh, is there anything, like, do we see any insignia on, like, the ring or the dagger or anything like that?
There's no insignia on the ring or the dagger, no. There is, however, a small mark in thieves' cant on the blade of the dagger, suggesting that either she herself is a thief or she got it from a thief or something.
Interesting. Nyla, like, turns to the other two and goes, it's a thief, or she stole it from a thief, which is even worse.
How dare
Think
she?
the captain needs help?
The captain, after this woman has been disarmed, swiftly turns around and presses her up against the wall with her forearm in front of her throat, and she says, "Why the hell did you bring that thing on my ship?" And the half-elf growls and spits in her face. Captain Warwater just, she looks like she could rip her head off right now.
So I wasn't there to see this, but someone needs to tell Sal that he needs to interrogate her in his true fashion.
Well, he's at the moment he's kind of like hovering nervously, like between next to all of this. He's like, "Please don't hurt her! Please don't hurt her!"
I think the lady asked you a question.
The woman in the wax cloak hisses and spits at you, and she says, "Why did you bring that thing on my ship?" And when the half-elf doesn't answer again, she's like, all right, that's it. What did you bring on this ship? It's officially being confiscated by the port of Iriabor.
She did put a mark on it so we could figure out which one it is easily.
True.
She starts looking around, and the half-elf is not answering.
I'll step up. I step up and I go, I think I might be able to help out with that, ma'am.
She looks down, she says, yes? What do you know which one she had? Which one is hers?
So I took the liberty before we boarded to mark the crate that this individual was loading onto the ship. I think I might be able to identify for you.
She says, Jonna? And a half-orc scurries over who you would imagine is probably her first mate. And she says, this halfling knows where her cargo is. Make sure you get to it and confiscate whatever's inside. Since apparently she's not going to answer, and she slams her into the wall again. And the half-orc, Jonna, looks at you and he says, yeah, for sure, take me. Which one is it? All the cargo is either on one end or the other of the ship, and it does not take you too long to find it, because you did mark it, and with lipstick no less, so it's a pretty distinctive marking. The moment you point it out to Jonna, he calls over a bunch of other crew members, and they're all, talking about the best way to get it open. It's it looks like it's just hammered shut. We can, use a pry bar.
What if it's got traps? Can we check it for traps?
Yeah, you can check it for traps. You can. You could also do, if any of you has detect magic, that might not be a bad idea.
I don't have that prepared.
Nope.
You can prepare spells. It only takes 10 minutes.
I don't have that spell.
Okay, well,
you're a wizard. You don't have the spell detect magic?
No!
A wizard? What?
That's poor. Anyway. That's poor planning on your part.
All right. If you give me 10 minutes, then I can prepare it.
They seem kind of reluctant to wait, but yeah.
All right. Well, Ariazis does that. I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna use cause fear on the half elf.
Sexy.
Cause fear. What is
copying and pasting?
Yes.
Okay, so you awaken the sense of mortality in one creature you can see in range. They must succeed on a wisdom save or become frightened by you until the spell ends.
A 3 and a 1.
Oh boy.
Neither of those work?
Neither of those are going to beat your spell save DC. Okay, so she is frightened. And, it shows on her face. A look of defiance suddenly melts away into icy horror, and she starts pressing her body back again against the wall. And Captain Warwater kind of smiles savagely at her. He's like, "Feel like talking now, bitch?"
Ooh, damn. The player, am so turned on. Maybe Ariazi, but she's busy now.
Yes. She, it seems like if you tried to interrogate her again, you might get a slightly different result. Does anyone want to, or does Captain Warwater going to be taking the lead here?
Selwyn, do it. You're scary and goth.
Right?
It is true. You are very goth.
When I stop praying, it'll be impressive.
What happens if they open that box?
She stares at you in fear. She says, "Nothing. There's nothing. Well, nothing dangerous."
I kind of narrow my eyes at her.
Warwater says, "I don't fucking believe you. I'm gonna let the druid keep preparing this spell." She says, "I promise there's nothing dangerous in it." Captain Warwater shoves her back. "And why the hell did you bring an undead creature onto my ship?" And she says, I was transporting it. Orders from on high, the Exarch."
Exarch, that's familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a common title?
Not especially. I mean, Exarch, just the word Exarch can denote, some sort of religious leader. In this context, you remember the word Exarch as being, he seems, or she seems, you don't know their gender, to be the unofficial leader of this particular cult of Beshaba.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't every religion had an Exarch. The previous ones that we found, they had a tattoo, didn't they? The Beshaba tattoo?
They had a clasp of Beshaba. And this one has a big... it's a wax leather is usually, it's like a raincoat. It's like a fantasy raincoat. But you could pull it off and see her clothes underneath to see if...
Yes, Nyla does that.
Nyla reaches up, rips her wax leather cloak off, and sure enough, underneath the wax leather cloak, there is a long, familiar black cape with a familiar black clasp.
Nyla takes a step back dramatically and goes, "The cult of Beshaba."
And
accusatory finger.
Captain Warwater, if it was even possible, gets even angrier. A fucking cultist on my ship? And Captain Warwater is like ready to punch her in the fucking face. And Salvador leaps forward. He's like, no, don't hit her. Don't hit her. Please, no more violence. There's been enough violence today.
I'll say.
And Captain Warwater is like, actually, I would disagree. I think there has not been enough violence today. I'm gonna beat the shit out of this fucking cultist.
I feel like I want to date Captain Warwater.
I know. Ariazi's like, don't listen.
So Captain Warwater says, all right, well, your fucking little abomination is dead. So you can... And she turns around, by the way, addressing the three of you, thank you for that. You can take whatever you want from her possessions, since she is officially being arrested.
Ooh,
Before she completes that sentence, Nyla has already picked up the sentence.
You can take, she's running.
You can take, all right, I'm going!
I'm going in!
All right, so Nyla, the loot that was forcibly removed from this cultist, there is a small ring, and I would like you... I guess, yeah, roll plus Arcana to see what you can recognize. That's not too bad. So you can tell immediately, both of them are magical. The ring you suspect is made of adamantine, which means it is probably good for, I don't know, say like a tanky character, perhaps. The dagger, on the other hand, this is definitely up your street. You're gonna have to attune to it.
Okay.
Which is I think it takes an hour. I don't remember exactly how long it takes. But let me copy paste the description. The wielder of this dagger may throw it at any target to deal 1d4 plus 4 piercing damage. As a bonus action, the wielder may recall it back to their hand, dealing the same amount of damage, provided that they are still within range.
Oh, I'm so psyched. This is excellent.
The good thing about doing a custom campaign is that the DM can make you stuff that you specifically will want to use.
That's excellent.
And
is the plus one a +1 to like attack rolls?
Yes. Whenever like a weapon is described as a +1 magical whatever, that means you add the plus to the attack roll. And K, this is the ring. A adamantine ring, +2 to AC. 3 times per day when a creature attacks the wielder of this ring and misses, the wielder may make a single riposte melee attack against the creature.
Why is that bear wearing a ring? Don't ask questions.
I think wild shape, like, transmutes all your...
It melts all of your stuff.
Yeah.
But that'd be really fun.
I love the picture.
I like the idea of a bear.
A spider with a giant ring. It's like, what?
It's fine. Don't ask questions. So yes, you can add those to your... inventory. By the way, Nyla, I just named it Bite. If you want to rename it something else, it's your fucking dagger. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
with
you
it.
can do it. Has it been 10 minutes yet? Can I do the thing?
Yeah, okay, so you can say you have prepared detect magic. You mark that in your,
yes.
In your thing. So after a few minutes of prayer, Ariazi stands up and I imagine, pretends not to be turned on.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like, totally just casually walking over to the, box and is like, are you magic? Fucking tell me.
So Ariazi's Salvador, by the way, comes up next to you and it's like, okay, be careful. And you cast Detect Magic. So Detect Magic, the effect of the spell, anything with magical properties sort of in your vision lights up blue, and you can tell the school of magic associated with it. The box, as you are looking at it, is not enchanted. You do not see any magic on it. It seems like a very ordinary box. And as you are turning to relay this information to your group, you notice that Salvador is glowing blue.
What?
Okay, so the box is fine, but Salvador, why are you blue?
What? What do you mean? Why am I blue?
You're glowing.
I am?
I'm detecting magic.
He looks down at himself
only
like,
you.
Where?
I don't know. There's no magic. I detect no magic in the box. I detect the magic on the Salvador.
I don't feel magic. I mean, I'm a cleric, so I got some magic, but, nothing super special. Nothing would make me glow or whatever. You can tell, by the way, from the effects of the spell that the school of magic placed on him is enchantment.
Enchantment. Interesting.
Are you sure your spell isn't just effective?
That's very rude. I can see he is glowing enchantment style.
I'm just asking a simple question.
I saw her cast it. She cast it right.
Thank you.
I have some knowledge of magic. Okay.
Oh, you have some knowledge. Great.
I can cast 5 spells. Captain Warwater is orders a couple crew members to tie up the cultist, and she then, once she hears you that there's no magic on the box, she has a whole bunch of other crew members pry it open. And everyone clears out of the way, and the side of this massive 12-foot container falls open, and inside are about half a dozen children, and they scream when the box falls open. And they are all huddled together in the corner. They are filthy, they are hungry looking, they look famished, and they are all, sort of cowering in the corner. And Captain Warwater, she sees red. She's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?
Like, you brought children.
How much more fucking evil can you be?"
Oh yeah, this is just kind of like
this isn't good.
In the box.
How young are they?
They are pretty young. All of them are under 10.
God damn it.
Yeah, that pisses me right off.
Salvador immediately goes into Mother Bear mode. He's like, "Oh my god," and he heads right over. And he's like, "It's okay. You're okay now. I promise you're all gonna be just fine. My name is Salvador. I'm gonna make sure that someone takes good care of you, okay?" And in the absence of, like, a comfort check, I guess this would be a persuasion roll for Salvador. Whoa.
Oh, wow. All right. He's just a very calming presence.
All of a sudden, he's got, like, 8 pairs of tiny arms, like, wrapped around him, and they're just sobbing into him. That's just the effect that Salvador has on people.
Yeah, apparently.
And he's sitting there, it's like, "It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, y'all."
Nyla's watching in, like, horror.
And he
so many.
He is, like, he still has 1 hit point, so he is, like, beat to hell. But that does not seem to matter. He is hugging all these children, just like, "It's gonna be okay.
Someone
gonna be okay."
Really cure Salvador. Poor Salvador.
He's fine.
Yeah, just no, it's okay. We just fought something that's undead, and some of us maybe were unconscious. It's fine. It's fine.
Is that maybe because we didn't think to purchase any healing
You know what?
potions?
I feel like there is someone named Nyla talking, but I can't see her. Where did she go, Selwyn? I can't see her. She's so short.
Not good.
Nyla jumps up and down. "I'm right here!"
Look, I can still hear her voice sometimes.
It's almost like she's here with us.
Nyla gives you all glares, like, "We'll talk about this later," and then stalks over and stands awkwardly around the children, and she's like, Where are y'all from?"
They all mutter varying answers. It seems like...
Oh god, it's like all over.
Yeah, it's from all over. And Captain Warwater is like, "I mean, we'll turn them over to the authorities in Iriabor once we get there. Well, there are systems in place to help orphan children and just children in general."
Nyla looks, like, terrified, and she goes, "Oh god, Salvatore's gonna want to escort every one of them personally home. I'm never gonna get paid!"
He is already, like, crying, all, like, sympathetic crying for them. Like, "It's okay. We're gonna make sure you get home. You're gonna find your moms and dads."
Giant weeping mess of children in the middle. Do we have enough food?
Yeah, you definitely have enough food. In fact, Captain Warwater is already, shouting for the crew cook to bring up a whole bunch of food for them, because they look very hungry. So it takes a while for everything to calm down. Even though Captain Warwater would be perfectly happy. Like, there's no maritime law to protect her from just killing the cultist outright. Like, if she just murders this cultist, she would be, tried for it. But she after everything is calmed down, the cultist is bound up and gagged and, like, left in a small room, and all the children are down in the mess hall eating little bits of food. She addresses, let's say, whoever looks like the leader, probably more Arya than anyone else, or maybe Nyla. She approaches the two of you and she says, I cannot thank you enough for killing that awful thing." She says, "Listen, where are you going?"
Yes, thank you. It was all definitely not Nyla, and also not me, because I passed out. It was Selwyn who did the fear thing.
It's true, actually. I did nothing. I literally saw it and I collapsed. So
Yeah, Salvador,
like,
who is still sitting behind one of the children who was the worst off, he's like, "Oh yeah, it was Selwyn. She was amazing."
Right, he wouldn't be here without her.
Gee, I would know that.
They
had someone
absolutely
had some
kicked that
potion-
thing's ass. It was great.
Sal helped and revivified. Where are we going? Wait, notes.
I think it's Hullock.
Hullock.
Yeah.
She's Captain Warwater says, "Hullock near Arabelle, the city?"
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
That's the one.
Probably.
And she says, okay, listen, this is the least I can do as thanks for everything that you've done. When we get to Iriabor, head to the Wandering Wyvern Inn and ask for Slim. He's good people. Tell him I owe you a favor, and he'll give you a free ride to Arabelle.
Ooh, thank you.
Like looks at Nyla like, oh, you like that word, right? Free.
Love that word.
Yes.
You said the
DM,
slim?
can you slim?
Slim. Do you want? What do you want me to?
No, I already wrote it down.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I was just trying to write down the name and I forgot it. So
I'm taking a different route from Ember, and this time I'm taking Moon.
Whoa!
Shocking!
Color me impressed.
Ariazis is still slightly turned on by the captain. That's just like, oh yes, thank you so much for your help too.
We do always appreciate a free ride.
Sex joke. I couldn't think of one, but I want credit.
Yes, you get it.
I don't know. I feel like we should all sleep. I feel like
Yeah,
Oh,
it would
that
not
could
be
be
the
good.
worst idea. You are
Right?
not going.
Fucking prepared morph spells.
You are not going to be arriving in Iriabor until the next day at dawn.
And I'm sure Sal is taking care of the children. Nyla she's not taking care of any children.
Yeah, Sal is like you go away to like, you know, get some food or like, you know, change clothes or whatever, and you come back and Sal has like 8 children gathered around him and he's telling them a bedtime story. Like that's just
You're like, great.
I'm probably helping him, frankly.
Yeah.
I like kids.
Yeah, Ariazis would be too.
you all benefit from a long rest.
Yay!
To prepare some new spellsies here then. You know, maybe of the healing kind, just in case.
Please do.
It's always a good
Jeez.
idea, like, even if you have a healer, have, like, one character who can also cast a healing spell.
Right.
Or just again, I might suggest some healing potions.
You know, if you find me the right ingredients, I can make it for you. Just saying.
It's be a priority as soon as we get paid real cash money.
Salvador is sure, once we get to Iriabor, we'll stop off and we'll get some healing potions, don't worry.
That's just music to my ears.
You're like, great, fantastic, fine.
Just like a little bit too. Like we could have all died at the hands of the Bodak, but it's fine. It's fine. You have fun with children. I'm just gonna go to sleep and ruminate on possible disaster.
Okay, it sounds fine to me.
Nyla stomps off and goes to bed.
All right, so you you arrive at Iriabor the next day at dawn, and Iriabor is called the City of 1,000 Spires, and you can tell why before you even pull into the river port. It is set against the storm horns as a backdrop, and there are these massive pillars of silver and white and gray standing tall against the sky. It's a beautiful city. And as you are all preparing to depart, Captain Warwater gives you one last parting, and she says, again, thank you for everything. I cannot thank you enough. And if you ever need free rides anywhere along the River Chiantar, just let me know. I am in your debt.
Ariana's like, oh, we will.
Nyla steps up and goes, oh, trust me, we will be taking you up on that offer.
Thank you, I believe is what they meant to say.
Yes, thank you very much.
Salvador says, yes, thank you very much, Captain. You seem like a very good captain. And she's like,
Also-
thanks, I guess.
You're like, okay, how many captains do you know, kid?
And A+ interrogating skills. Haven't seen better in a long time.
Sounds like, well, I would say that they need a little work. They need a little less violence.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, bye! It was nice to meet you! So you can see the first mate taking, like, herding all the kids down to the proper authorities. And Salvador is, like, watching kind of wistfully as they are all taken away. He says, man, this cult sure is evil.
Oof, no argument here.
I don't understand why children and magic, I don't get it.
Neither do I. You know, that is very strange. Why do they need children specifically?
I don't know.
Everyone, Ariaz just looks at the wizard like, I don't know.
Do you know anything magical about children, Selwyn?
I don't know. Do I?
You can roll an Arcana check if you'd like.
Arcana, yeah.
18. So magically speaking, children do have, whereas adults, when they grow up, they learn to refine magical potency, and channel it more accurately. Children are still generally, if like a child sorcerer, for example, who has innate magical powers, will be a little more wild, a little more untamed. In darker rituals you know, children are capable of generating more of any particular emotion. Like just because they're children and they don't really have a good grasp of the world yet. If a particular emotion is needed for a spell, children are often the best source of it, unless it's something like really sophisticated, you know. Everything they do is quite in the extreme, which can be handy if you're really getting into the dark end of magic.
Freaky.
Mm.
And Salvador's like, oh, I do not like the sound of that. Not one little bit. So I was gonna ask, is there anything you want to do before you go meet Slim? And I guess the answer is you want to buy healing potions.
Yes.
I was like, somebody has opinions on this, apparently.
Healing
That was
potions.
I was like, I hate buying anything, but I will make an exception in this case.
Selwyn would also like to send a letter to their mentor back at Candlekeep to ask for some information, see if they know anything about the arcane notes they recovered from the temple.
Yeah, okay. You can do that. There wouldn't be a good way to reply, I don't think. I guess he could do like a message spell to you. I imagine he does that a lot.
Yeah.
He's probably done it to you a couple times. Just one day suddenly you hear a voice in your head and it's a little disconcerting. Just a little disconcerting. Where's the fucking cost?
You only did it at a particularly inopportune moment once.
Okay, so the player's handbook says that a potion of healing costs 50 gold pieces, which is quite a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's like a magical potion that magically restores your health. So Salvador, he can probably buy 2 without breaking the bank, but he wants to keep some in reserve, you know, just in case.
No, that's fair.
So for now, he is going to give the potions to the two without any ability to heal. So he's going to give Amber and Selwyn healing potions.
Wait, did he just go and buy them without giving me a chance to haggle?
Yeah, no, he's not going to. He considers haggling mean, so he's not.
Like, I have money. What do you mean?
Not haggling is rude in some cultures.
I think when he gives it to me, I look at him and I go, so what the price you get for him? You got him down to like a reasonable price, right?
No, I just bought it.
You
what?
did. You did what?
Do you want it or not, Nala?
I do. She takes it, but again, you just bought it.
It's fine. I can afford it.
That's not
the point.
That's not the point. You can't just buy things. I'm already offended that we're buying it in the first place.
Well, then
Okay,
you don't have
okay.
to use it if you don't want it.
I've already got it. It's fine. But just next time, how about just next time you consider, maybe just bringing your pal Nyla along. I'll show you the art of the haggle.
I don't want to haggle. That seems rude.
It's not.
We must teach him. This very small child.
Nyla gives Ariazis a high five.
I don't know why you're doing that, but okay. I meant inexperienced.
No, he
Like
is.
a child.
He looks like he's 15. It's a good point.
I don't look like I'm 15. You just don't know what age looks like. So the... What was it called? I wrote it down. So the Wandering Wyvern. It's not like a great spot. It's not the nicest inn, but of course Salvador would be fucking comfortable as hell anywhere. And he just wanders around and is like, oh, this place is charming. And there's a scattered bunch of, it looks like they're mostly people who work along the river, ferrymen, barge masters, dock masters. It's not crowded, but there's a good amount of people here. There's a bard playing in the corner.
Fancy.
Nyla orders some ale.
Okay, Nyla orders some ale. The bartender slides you over a mug.
Nyla, as the bartender gives her the ale, she goes, "Hey there, you anybody goes by the name of Slim around here?"
Bartender says, "Oh yeah, Slim. Hey, Slim!" And in the corner, this enormous, 7.5 foot tall shadow
I'm so glad.
stands up. He says, "Yeah, some people
no.
looking for you." And over trumps Slim, who is almost 8 feet tall and about half as wide. He is a half orc, and if he were not smiling like a big old goober, he would be fucking terrifying.
Nyla
Wow,
backs
you
up.
are not slim at all. You are very large.
He goes, "Oh yeah," like he's never thought of that before. Yeah, I guess I'm not very slim, huh?
Arias, he just looks at everybody else like, oh boy.
Salvador is staring up at him like, I think we're best friends now. He says, anyway, I'm Slim. What can I do for you?
Hi there.
Hello.
We
Oh no. Warwater.
Warwater. Captain Warwater gave us your name. We helped her out on her
Gabriel.
ship.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, we helped her out on her ship, and she said you might be able to help us get to Hullock Forest.
To Hullock? Oh, is that the one near Arabelle? Yeah, well, my caravan leaves every day a little after dawn. In fact, I was just getting one last drink before I head out. Yo, you want to come on my caravan? It's lots of fun. I do a lot of... Do you like singing? I sing.
Ariadne's just like, oh, yes, I love singing. Yes, let's go.
Someone was like, I love singing too! Aria, we should have been singing all this time.
She, like, pauses and looks at Sal and, like, what did you call me?
Ari.
No. And she, like, she's, like, really excited and her smile, like, immediately fades. And she, like, clasps his hand and switches to Elvish. Don't ever call me that again.
Salvador looks stricken. He's staring at her in confusion, just like... he also switches to Elvish because, it's polite. He says, I'm so sorry. What should I, what did I say? Why is Ari bad?
The full name or no name at all.
Okay.
That's what she used to call me. You are not allowed to call me that.
Who's she? What's happening? I'm very confused.
Zoe just looks uncomfortable.
Nyla's like, what the fuck is happening?
I was just looking back and forth to everybody with like a delightful grin on her face because she loves drama.
She's like, drama, and she's like drinking her ale, like, all right.
Yeah. She doesn't understand a word, but she knows it's mean.
It's the language of the soap opera. It's universal.
Right. She like inhales and is like, okay, you were uncomfortable last time. I suppose it's my turn to be uncomfortable this time.
I don't know what's going on. I'm very confused.
It's the nickname.
Sal, you know what I told you last night?
No. Oh, wait, no. Revised answer, still no.
She's like, it's the nickname that my ex used to use for me.
Oh.
And we did not end on good terms.
Salvador gives you a hug. Because that's his default response to any sort of emotional pain.
And then she switches back to common and she just pats him like, it's okay, you didn't know.
Hug it out. Hug it out with me.
And she like sort of like, okay, I guess we are hugging now. This is, I don't like talking about this.
This too shall pass!
Okay. Yep, it sure will, thank you.
He's still hugging you. Like, he's really going.
And she's like, okay, is enough. I like
Slim
hugging,
is like
but
staring,
that's enough now.
Slim is staring down at this, is like, alright, and he hugs too. He like joins in on that.
Oriad's just like, okay, that's great. You might kill me, but thanks.
Nyla had turned to Slim because she was trying to have like a solidarity moment of rolling her eyes, and now she's just watching in horror as everyone is hugging.
I'm not hugging. I'm standing there, a little awkward.
And eventually Slim stands back. I was like, that was great. A good hug is just like, he's a rejuvenating spirit.
Oh
says,
boy, I think that Sal will like you a lot.
He says, anyway, I don't think I can take you all the way to Hullock, but I could definitely take you to Arabelle, and from there it's only a couple hours from Hullock.
Great, when do we start singing?
Never.
And he immediately strikes up a song as he's leaving the bar.
Oh
Nice.
God.
I like to imagine it's one of the Hobbit drinking songs.
Oh my god, yes.
But we can't sing it because it's copyrighted, probably.
Right, exactly. But you guys can sing it in your heads.
You know the one, the Green Dragon. Mm-hmm. And everyone who's listening, you're welcome for having the Green Dragon stuck in your head now. So you all follow Slim, who carves his own path through the city of Iriabor. And like lots of people are just like waving to him as he walks by. He seems like a really popular guy. And the caravan that he had called it is actually, it turns out to be one wagon. A covered wagon with two horses that are just being hitched up. Slim thanks the stable master who did it for him and gives him a hug too, because now he's in a hugging mood.
Oh.
And
Good boy.
And he loads you all on top of the cargo, which is it's mostly like grain, so it's not a bed, but it's pretty comfy. Like it could be worse. He could be like transporting weapons, and then you have to sleep on top of spears or whatever. So on balance, it's not too bad. So you start your like day-long trip through the Stormhorns. The view is beautiful. The road goes as far up into the mountains as possible, and it sort of winds around the mountainside. And wow, it is a great view from up here. And I want to know if there's anything you guys want to talk about on the road. Any RP you want to do?
I don't know, Nyla. Is there any drama you want to start?
I like how you immediately just ask Nyla, because if anyone's gonna start drama.
I am not the dramatic ones here. Not like you two lovebirds sitting over there just unrequited loving each other all day long.
So
Ariadne's like, what does that mean? What? I don't understand.
Cells in the background like he already ships it. Like he's written like 2 chapters of his 18 chapter Ariadne Selwyn fanfic.
Oh my god, wait. Is this what I'm gonna bond with Sal about? Yes!
Sal immediately is like, I know, right? Like he leans over to whisper, because he's like, they're so in love. Well, I mean, not yet.
But they just won't say it.
Yeah, they just won't say it. They won't admit it, and I don't know why.
That's okay. Eventually, they always end up together. It's just the way it goes. I've seen it a million times. So I lean over to Sal and I go, I hear you had to give Ariazzi's mouth to mouth.
Wait, what?
What?
You had to revive Ariazzi's with mouth to mouth.
Ariadne's like, looks at
What
Selwyn like,
happened?
did you do that?
I was unconscious, so I don't know, but it's just a rumor I heard.
Just a rumor I heard from nowhere.
Remember you started?
Like, and for the record, I'm pretty sure that's not what's involved with the medicine check.
I know, right? I'm just like, wait a minute. I don't.
I don't know how they did it in your town. That's how they did it in my. I mean, I don't know.
That might be what the boys told you.
Yeah, it seems a little bit weird that they would do that, but okay. If it was to save me, it's fine.
Salvador is staring at you eagerly, like, yes, continue.
I was passed out. I don't know. What are you looking for here?
Salvador just keeps staring. His big old dumb Salvador smile.
She like leans over to Selwyn like, what is he doing? Why is he doing that?
I have no idea.
Okay, can you make him stop maybe?
I wish.
Okay, I'm going to turn around and look at the beautiful mountains. Goodbye. Salvador's face.
Salvador slumps like, aw.
Nyla is like cackling.
My shit.
Non-stop.
I hiss over at him. I told you not to help me.
I'm not helping.
Clearly.
I'm just eagerly anticipating.
Ariadne is probably going to go find Slim and it's like,
here.
let's start singing.
Sal immediately forgets what he was talking about. He's immediately like, yes, let's start singing, and you all sing all the way back. Or not all the way back, probably, because eventually, you know.
You all sing. Nyla has her hands over her ears.
So the like I said, it's quite a long trek. It's made longer by the fact that you're going through mountains. You leave a little after dawn, and you arrive well after nightfall. Like, it's going to be dawn in a few hours. Arabelle is at the intersection of a couple really big trade routes, and as a result, it is very prosperous. It's in the middle of this rolling plain. You can see it, from the taller towers and from outside the city, you can see the storm horns looming up in the distance. Very nice location, beautiful city, very temperate climate. And Slim happily drops you off at the stable just inside the city, and he says, well, here you go. This is Arabelle. Do you know how to get to Hullock from here?
We'll manage. Thank you.
He says, okay, well, it sure was nice meeting you, and if you ever see Abrielle again, tell her, well, you just give her a big ol' hug for me. Big ol' hug from Slim.
Ariadne's like, oh, yes, I will, definitely. Thank
We
you.
will definitely not do that, but thank you.
Someone was like,
will-
y'all
I will
thirsty,
definitely.
huh? So you are left in the beautiful city of Arabelle, in Cormer. It is still the middle of the night. Is there anything? None of the shops are open or anything. Is there anything that you want to do? Like, bearing in mind that there's not a whole lot to do?
It's in the middle of the night. We're probably tired. Nyla's probably tired of our singing.
Nyla's definitely sick and tired of your singing. She would like to drink a beer, and then she would like to go to bed.
Okay, so are you going to pressure Sal into getting you the nice room again?
I don't pressure. It's just if he were going to suggest that the nice room might be... Actually, no, now that the party money is our money, I insist that we take the cheapest rooms possible.
Okay.
The minute Sal buys you healing potions for 50 gold pieces, you realize, oh my god, it's a limited resource.
No idea.
Everything is so expensive.
If he refuses to haggle...
So yeah, you find you insist on the cheapest tavern, and you find it pretty easily. It's kind of a shithole, but Sal seems perfectly comfortable. He's like, "Oh, that's fine. You can be comfortable anywhere."
Nyla walks in and goes, "Smells like home."
Oh boy.
Smells like cheap beer and stale piss.
Like, I don't think your
Yuck.
home smells very good then.
What, you haven't seen my... Yeah, you haven't seen my home.
No, I have not. Can you show me sometime?
Absolutely not. Let's go to bed.
Y'all,
Because I want to see tiny little people. They're your
Rude.
family. Specifically those tiny people.
so
I don't have any family.
Oh, that's so sad.
Nala, why are you lying to us about that, huh? He's not asking it like aggressively. He's like, he sounds genuinely curious. Like he wants to know seriously why you're lying.
Nyla, like, eyes him suspiciously.
He smiles back at you stupidly, like,
Of course he does.
I don't see why you want to know about it.
because we're friends.
Are we?
He hugs you. We
Oh,
sure
God.
are friends.
It's only fair. I talk about Qatar all the time, and if I talk about my father, you have to talk about your parents, so I'm not the only one talking.
Nyla, like, extricates herself from Sal. Like, you know that thing where you're, like, peeling people's arms off of you? That's what she's doing. She, like, takes a step back. She goes, I have a complicated relationship with my family. And
Oh, same.
Oh.
No. Well, now I feel bad.
Oh no, it's fine. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Please continue.
They just don't really approve of my lifestyle, is all I'm saying.
They don't like that you steal things?
They would not like that if they knew.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, I can see.
They don't know? That's rude.
What's rude?
I told my parents when I changed my major.
Change
This
your
is not the
major.
same thing, you spoiled rich brat.
Did
You
write
don't
a
know
letter
that
like,
I'm
"Dear
rich.
Mom and Dad,
You do
now
not
I'm
know
bringing
that."
skeletons
Okay,
back."
but you went to college. That's richer than I am. In fantasy world, I don't know. I don't actually know if that's a thing in fantasy world, but I would assume.
That's not how it works.
And
Yes.
Salvador leans forward and says, if you want to improve your relationship with your parents, there's a real easy way to do it.
Never talking to them again. Good point.
No,
Good
not
point.
not stealing
Going-
anymore. Not stealing anymore.
Or going to see them, but
Not
I mean,
doing
I can see where he's coming
crimes.
from.
Nyla takes like a horrified step back. You can't just ask me to give up my
Give
life.
up crimes?
It's my life work. It's what I do.
But you're so good at a whole bunch of other stuff on account of how many crimes you did. I'm sure if you just wanted to change specialties.
Nyla like steps forward and she looks at Sal and she goes, "Look, I get that you mean well, but you don't understand. I'm only good at one thing."
That's not true at all, Nyla. I've known you only for a couple weeks now, but actually it would have only been like 4 days, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's been like
I've only known you for
I've only known you for a couple days, but I've seen you be good at a whole bunch of stuff.
Mostly stealing.
No, you're
Can I try?
you're good at sneaking, and you're very smart, and you're also very kind when you want to be. And he hugs you
and also
again.
stealing.
This is the worst conversation I've ever been in.
And you can do anything you set your mind to, Miss Nyla.
Okay, well, you know what I'm
Like
going to set my mind to? Steal things and going to bed. So, yep, good night.
As you walk away with just a little tipsy, Sal looks back at Ariazis and so he's like, "She's a tough nut to crack, huh?"
Yep, she
And that
sure
is the word for it.
Yep, if you want to be cracking the nuts, that for sure.
And he says, "And you know I do. There's a little bit of goodness in every one of us, and it just takes a little love to bring out."
Oh boy, Selwyn, he really believes this.
Oh God, he believes
surprised?
it so hard. He believes it so hard.
She just looks at Sylvain like, oh dear. Okay, alright, that was a good talk. Maybe we should go sleepy by now.
Yes, so you all get a good night's sleep, or, well, not a good night's sleep. Like, you got there at, like, midnight, so you have to wake
Right,
up in,
you're like,
6 hours.
Pass out.
But you get sleep. You get a night of sleep. And the following morning, Ariazis, you know that Arabelle is indeed very close to the Hullock Forests. You just have to head due east.
Alright, up and at them, everybody, wakey wakey, let's go, it's time.
Salvador immediately sits up. It's a beautiful day! He hasn't even looked out the window to confirm whether or not it's a beautiful day.
I don't know about that, but it sure is a day.
It sure is a day.
So I like to imagine, because Nyla's very used to sleeping in shitty inns, she had a great night's sleep. Like, this didn't bother her at all. This is, like, what she's used to. So she's, like, dead asleep. Like, you're gonna have to shake her to wake her up.
Nyla! Wakey wakey! Eggs and bakey!
Ah! Nyla wakes up and it's like she hears the loud noises and the singing, and she throws a knife in the direction of whatever is singing.
Roll 1d20 plus proficiency, I guess.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck!
Nope.
Damn it.
So you hit Sal in the shoulder. Good
No
job.
shit!
Arias is like, we just bought these healing potions and already you're hurting people.
So that's... Did you use bite or did you...
I used a regular knife.
So,
This is 1d4.
No, it's 1d4 plus your dex mod.
Okay.
Oh my god.
God damn it!
Sal's like, ow! Nyla, why would you do that?
Nyla wakes up and she looks horrified. She's like, oh god, I didn't mean to. She like rushes over. She's like pressing down on the wound and like she's like, I'm so sorry. You can't wake up a rogue like this. We have very good reflexes.
He's got the Misty trying not to cry, but it really hurts. Look on him.
She like pulls out the dagger and she keeps apologizing and she's like patting his shoulder. She's like, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I've never been so sorry about
It's like
stabbing
kicking
someone
a dog.
successfully."
I know, I was like, why would you do that?
Nyla's like, it was a really cool shot too. Like any other situation, I'd be so proud of myself, but I'm so sorry.
Sounds like it's okay. I suppose you didn't mean to, even though it was the first thing you thought to do the moment you woke up.
Maybe it was reflex. Maybe she wasn't really thinking.
It was a reflex. Oh god. I didn't
I'm just
mean
gonna have
you.
to work extra hard to fix this violent tendency in you, Nyla.
Yeah, might be a little more difficult than you thought, huh?
It's okay. It's important, so I'll do it.
So Nyla like binds his wound and is like feeling super guilty.
He insists that he's fine. It's not a very severe wound in any case, and it did only hit his shoulder. So yes, you all after that. Wow, that sure was a thing that happened.
Wake up.
The best part of waking up is a knife in your shoulder.
Is your friend fucking up?
Folgers,
Yes.
copyright strike.
Oh god.
Okay, so anything you want to do before you head out?
Do we want to quiz the locals and see if they've heard anything about the temple?
You can
Or
if
like
you want to.
missing kids.
It's D&D.
We could, but why?
I don't. Maybe they've got intel.
Information? Who knows?
Who cares about missing kids? That's not like the whole reason we're leaving.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go around and ask if anybody is missing children.
So as you are going outside with the intent of asking, you do notice, like the moment you step outside and really look around, you didn't see it last night because it was very dark, but there sure are a lot of missing posters up around, and yeah, a lot of them seem to be talking about children. You don't even have to roll for that; they're everywhere.
Like, okay, there we go. Answer to our questions.
I think Nyla grabs a passing stranger, and
Just so fucking random.
Like, are you missing a kid?
fucking no. I'm gonna ask them. I'm gonna look at all the posters and be like, "Hey, we're new in town. What's up with all of these posters?" It's a little hard not to notice.
The rando, a half elf that you just happened to grab, looks at you and looks at the posters. And she says, "I don't know, just a lot of kids gone missing the last couple weeks."
No one has any theories. They're just like missing children. Yeah, that's just another day.
She shrugs, is like, "Do I look like the fucking police, man? I don't know. I assume someone's investigating, but it's not me."
Okay.
Maybe you know somebody who is.
No, I'm
Investigating.
I'm a milkmaid. I don't know police. I don't know what you expect. You grab a random stranger. He's like, "Why, yes. Now that you ask, I happen to be the person in charge of this investigation."
I'm just asking if you know where the police station is. That's all.
I don't know if they have fantasy. There's like a guard post, I guess is what.
Yeah,
it
like a
is.
guard post. Yeah, exactly.
She says, "Well, I mean, they're all over the city. It won't take too much to
Okay.
find."
Good talk. Goodbye.
Thank you for your time, unhelpful stranger.
Thanks for
That's very
wasting
rude,
my
huh?
time, fucking rando. She
I didn't
leaves.
agree to hear that.
Salvador's like, that was not very well executed.
I thought
It
went
was
well.
not. It's because we let Nyla do it.
I thought it went very well. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Last time you tried to talk to people, you ended up insulting their entire race.
She's like covering Nyla's mouth, like, nope, that didn't happen. I don't recall.
What did you do? Which race did you insult, Arias?
The entire human race.
Okay, maybe, perhaps I told them this is what my father always says, that humans are bad people, and then maybe I said it to them, and it was probably not a good idea.
Yeah, that was a terrible idea.
Yes, I am reflecting on it, and I will not do that in the future. And I'm going to hit him, my father, next time I see him, for telling me that.
Salvador's like, all right, I mean, wow, it's just an extremely bad judgment. Okay.
We're all very good at interrogating people around here.
Right, what a great crowd.
You should really just let Sal hug people. I think he's got the highest charisma of anyone here.
I think he
Well,
does.
there we go. Let's
Definitely
let him
higher than mine.
He had like a +6, so yeah, like I think he's definitely winning. Well, I guess I want to go find a guy. I just want to see if anybody has like a theory about where this is coming from, or if they've seen any suspicious characters. So
Let's find a guard, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. There are guard posts stationed all over the city, mostly on like intersections of big thoroughfares. So if something happens, someone can run right up and report the crime. And there is a guard posted there. He's like half asleep because it is still quite early. And he says, "No, sorry, citizens, what's the matter?" Salvador's like,
Eddie's-
"Hello," and he like elbows Nyla out of the way this time.
Like, not this one.
Nyla is offended, but takes a step back. She's like, "We'll just see how well you do. Fine."
Salvador sidles straight up to the guard and he says, "Hello, my name is Salvador. These are my friends, and we are new in the city, and we could not help but notice all of these missing posters just strung up all over the city." The guard kind of yawns. He says, "Yeah, it's been happening for about 3 weeks now. A lot of children have gone missing while they were out and about outside the city." He says, "Huh, by any chance out east of the city?" And the guard kind of gives him a suspicious look like, "Yeah, out east of the city." Sounds like, "By the Hullock Forest, by any chance?" And he says, yes."
He's like, what are you playing at?
And he says, interesting. I don't suppose you know who's doing it." The guard says, "Well, not me personally, but of course there are open investigations going on right now."
What do the investigations say? What are the theories?
They're classified. We can't
course
just
they
divulge
are.
this to citizens.
What does classified mean?
I explain it to her in Elvish.
I got it. Okay, of course, that makes perfect sense.
And Salvador says, all right. He seems satisfied with that. And he turns back around. And he's like, "I don't know, y'all. I think our best bet is just to go and see for ourselves." And the guard calls you back. Like, "By the way, if you are going out near the Hullock Forest, be careful of the scar. It's kind of unstable."
The what now?
The scar? You said you're not from around here. Sorry. So you remember those earthquakes we had a couple months ago?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Sure.
that lasted. It was like a whole month-long earthquake. You do remember this, by the way. This is something that happened. You didn't see any ill effects of it, he says. Anyway, that was centered around here, and long story short, there's now a really big fissure near Hullock Forest. So be careful as you're going out there. Don't trip into it or anything.
Good to know.
So it's a good warning. So,
Uh-huh.
well, okay then. Thank you for your time, good soldier.
I'm a
Yeah,
guard,
nice
not a
nap.
soldier, but okay. And as you are all walking out, Sal's like, "Yeah, I do remember those earthquakes now that you come to mention it, don't I? That was weird."
Mm-hmm.
So it was just it was just random earthquakes.
It's almost like it's the
funny.
thing. It's so strange. Random earthquakes that
Fine.
lasted for a whole month.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird. When like we've heard that before. That's so odd.
Ah, deja vu.
It doesn't sound familiar at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
But yes, for the listeners at home, this is me referencing the previous campaign that we did. Toward the end of the end of the previous campaign, long story short, the multiverse got very unstable, and one of the signs of that was like this low-grade earthquake that lasted like a month, and also a huge fissure that split the middle of Faerun. There was a whole bunch of other stuff that happened in that campaign too, but it's not necessarily material.
Right. Anyway.
So yeah, any last-minute things? Anyone else you want to interrogate before you head out?
Yes, the next random strange. No, okay.
Nope, Nyla is not allowed.
March, 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 march.
So yes, you head out to Hullock Forests, and I'm going to assume that probably within the last couple months, none of you have been this far east. Salvador certainly hasn't. He's lived. All he remembers is Baldur's Gate. That's all he knows. But if any of you have been out this far east, it probably hasn't been since the earthquake started. So when
A long time ago.
So when he tells you to watch out for the scar, you aren't 100% sure what to expect. But when you finally see it, it is sort of mystifying. Like, for a second, you're not even sure what it is you're looking at. You come over the edge of this low hill, and you see this massive black fissure that extends, it looks like forever in every direction. It is probably about 100 feet across, and you don't even, it's gotta be 1,000 miles long. It is enormous. It's like a small canyon that splits the entire continent. And Salvador's like, whoa, that's big.
If we if we look into it, can we see?
You're still about like half a mile away, but now that you
Okay.
you have a really good view of it, you can actually see on the horizon a temple split directly up the middle, with two halves leaning away from each other. It is right near the edge of the Hullock Forest, right near the intersection with the river.
Interesting.
Sal says, I mean, they have a history of temples, don't they?
They do.
But do you really want to go to that one? It looks a little bit in two parts.
OSHA violation much?
OSHA is quaking.
That was like, I like it when they already open them up for you. It makes it much easier to break in.
That's the first thing you think, of course.
Uh-huh.
He says, well, I mean, if it's really unstable, then I don't think we should go in. But I mean, every single time they've had temples, and it just seems like,
It's worth checking out at least.
yeah.
Quietly, safely.
I guess we'll just try not to fall into the big old fissure in the middle of everything. And
That's a good idea.
He heads down the low hill and over toward it. The whole process of getting here has not taken very long. It's taken like maybe an hour. And you get right up into the fissure now. And indeed, it is this fissure that splits down the middle of this temple. And Nyla said, did you want to look inside of it? You said something about that?
I just kind of want to see if, can I see anything at the bottom?
Yeah, so you peek over, and it goes a little too far down for you to see. It descends into darkness. And Sal, kind of leans over, looks down with it, and then he finds a pebble and he, kicks it in. And you can hear it. It hits the side of the fissure, and it bounces back and forth for a while, and eventually it fades off. So implying that there is a bottom to it. It's not just an endless black chasm. But it's just you would absolutely get trapped if you fell down there.
Okay. So we should not go down there. We should go over it. So, to get to the temple, do we just have to go over it?
No, you do not have to go over. You can get to one half of the temple. There's an open door. The door is busted because of how badly the temple is broken in half. But yeah, there is a door that you can see, and I would like all of you to roll a perception check for me, including Sal.
Okey-dokey.
Woof.
There we go.
Okay, so unsurprisingly, Salvador has the highest perception roll. As you all are slowly making your way toward the fissure, he says, "Wait, y'all hear that?" Who was it that also rolled well?
I had a 17.
Yeah, Selwyn. Selwyn, you can, now that he points it out, you can hear it too. There is some sort of rustling coming from the grass off to the right, further away from the temple, but still nearby the temple.
No, what does it sound like?
Something in the grass?
And Sal, who has absolutely no concept of danger, is like, "Hello?"
No,
my
no.
god. Why
And
would you do that?
and after he says that, you hear a faint giggle from the grass.
Oh god.
Okay.
Uh,
We are
I
not following that.
claps a hand over Sal's mouth and like takes a step back.
I
Worse.
like the mental image of that because you're gonna have to like jump up to be able to do that.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Climber up him, yeah.
you climb
like,
up his back.
Crawl up him.
No. Actually, she kneecaps him and then she.
Ow! First you
God.
stab me.
I know. First you stab him, then you like punch his kneecaps. My god. Kick his kneecaps. Oh my god.
So we hear a giggle. Can we try to hide or anything like that?
You can try to hide, and no one else can.
Sweet. Okay. I'm gonna try to hide. I put the hood of my cloak up and I'm gonna do a.
Because you're a halfling. Right? Because halflings have that feat where you can.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You being
do.
small.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So yeah, with the 15, you successfully hide. What about the rest of you? What are you doing?
Blending in.
There's nothing to
Not a
blend
giveaway.
into. Like the grass is like a foot high at most.
Exactly.
I guess peering to see if I can see what it is.
You crane your head and you can actually see the grass is rustling and it's getting closer to you. There's like a little movement in the grass that's approaching you quickly.
That's a little freaky. I guess I'm gonna cast false life on myself.
Okay. How long does false life last? I think it's like, isn't it like an hour?
An hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
So just as you are casting false life on yourself, something bursts out of the grass and you hear, "Hiya!" And suddenly you are smacked in the ribs with a wooden sword. And there is a little child that bursts out of the grass and smacks you with a wooden sword. He says, "Take that!
Ow!
Slain!" And then he goes and he smacks Ariazis in the ribs.
Ow! Okay, what are you doing here, small child?
"I'm slaying the heretics!" And he smacks you again.
That's
Saying what?
What?
"Slaying the heretics! Slaying the heretics!" And he smacks both of you. It's like it hurts, but it's not doing any actual damage.
Right.
Salvador's like, "Oh my
Somebody get him to
goodness."
stop.
Salvador picks him up under both arms and he's like, "Hey there, kiddo, can you not do that, please?" And the kid thinks about it for a minute. He's like, "Okay." And then he just stops.
That was easy.
When you say heretics, what do you mean?
My mom, she says that the heretics are the ones that don't worship Beshaba.
Okay, so that's like everybody else. I get it.
Yeah, I guess. Do you worship Beshaba?
Arias like looks around like, we have heard of her. What can you tell me about her?
She's and then you realize that like he's like maybe 7 and you know, interrogating him is not gonna get a lot of results. He says, "Well, she's a goddess."
Oh, that's great. I love goddesses. That's very good. Did you guys know that she was a goddess? I didn't know that.
And my mom worships her. Like that's all
That
he's
is
got.
a good list. It's a good list. I'm so glad for you.
Nyla comes out from hiding, like brushing herself off, being
Whoa! He did not see you.
Where'd you come from?
and she like turns to Ariazis and Syl and she's just like, "Oh man, that's a sight I'm gonna treasure for the rest of my life. You getting smacked in the ribs by some child. Oh god, it's so good."
Arias like narrows her glowy red eyes at you like
Salvador
kiddo.
sets him down. He says, "What's your name, kiddo?" And he says, "I'm Orda."
Orda, where's your mom?
"Oh, she went down to Baldur's Gate to capture heretics."
uh-huh.
Ah.
And she left you by yourself? That doesn't seem very
She
safe to
didn't
me.
leave me by myself. She left me with the others.
Oh, the others. Who are the others?
He turns and he points to the temple.
Oh.
And Salvador
Okay,
is
let's go see the others.
Salvador is staring at him. She's like, wait. Your mom went to Baldur's Gate?" He says, "Yep. To capture heretics?" "Uh-huh." Salvador's looking a little nauseous. "Was she an elf by any chance?" And now that you are looking at him, indeed, Orda is a little elf child. And he says, "Yeah. She had long, dark hair." And Salvador's like, "Oh my god."
Like,
I'm giving him kind of an ixnay.
Did we kill any elves?
You sure did.
think
There
we
were
did.
actually 2 elves that you killed in that temple. And Salvador looks like he is about to cry.
I see. Guess like long black hair.
Uh-huh.
You know, I know a lot of elves that have long black hair.
There's a lot of them. Many.
Yeah.
Most,
Yeah.
actually, one might say.
Salvador is looking at you. He is not smiling. Like you're trying to make a joke out of it, but he's not laughing.
I think
Anyway.
it's less that we're trying to make a joke out of it, more we're trying to not upset a child.
Right.
Salvador is staring at you. Like the look on his face is sort of inscrutable. Like he's waiting for you to decide to do something about this.
What should we do, guys?
Well, that's the thing. Like, out of character, like, what are we supposed to do? Just walk up with this poor child and say, "Oh, sorry, next of kin. We heard that his mother died. Might have had a hand in it. Sorry. Don't
Maybe
kill
don't tell
us."
them that part, yeah.
Nyla, like, turns to you guys, and she's like, I mean, to be fair, Barrett is an evil cultist. I mean, something would have happened at some point anyway.
Did you say that in character, Nyla?
Yes, I said it in character.
So you say that in character, and Sel says, "Are you really going to do this right now? Her child is standing right in front of you. Are you just going to pretend like nothing has happened?"
Okay, well, we should probably not upset small children. I don't know a lot about children, but I do know
I don't
telling...
preach pacifism just to annoy you, you know. I preach pacifism because when you take a life, the effects are never isolated. There's always someone else hurt, and you can never predict who it is.
That's all great philosophy right now. Now I was looking at Ariazis and Cell, like they helped me with this. This is not my fault.
He
Like,
he looks between you two, all of you, but since Nyla indicated, he's looking between Selwyn and Arias. He's like, "Am I gonna have to do it?"
We can do it together. Why does it have to be you?
Because it doesn't seem like you were stepping up to the plate.
All right. Then let's go together. Can you show us, little Orda, where the others are?
Sal's like, "That's not what I'm talking about, Ariazis. I don't want to go and I don't want him to take us to the others. I want to tell him what happened."
If you want to do that, that's fine. My father told me what happened to me, and I wish he had never done that. It's your call.
So you would have been happy living in ignorance?
Absolutely.
Sal seems disgusted with you, Ariazis. Like for a second, like it shows on his face, like he's appalled that you would take this stance. He says, "Okay, then I guess I'll do it on my own." He turns back to the kid. And the kid, by the way, he is just old enough to sense that there's something capital W wrong, but he's not old enough to get the finer details of what you're talking about. And Salvador says, "I guess I'll take him back to Arabelle. He's obviously not safe here, being raised by a cult of Beshaba. And I guess I'll explain to him what happened."
I can come with you.
He says, "Would you want to?" Apparently Ariazis does not want to.
I didn't say I didn't want to.
I thought you would have been happier having him ignorant.
You can interpret my words as you like. I'm going to the temple if anyone wants to go.
So Salvador picks up this little kid, and he says, "All right, well, you can wait for me or you can go on your own." He says, "I'm going to take him back to Arabelle. I'll be back whenever I'm back." So to be clear, the choice that he is giving you is you can wait for him to return while he drops this kid off at like an orphanage or something, or you can go in on your own.
We should probably wait for him,
Yeah, I mean,
considering what happened last time.
The last time your healer was not present during
absent.
the fight. Yeah. So he picks up this kid and he walks him back to Arabelle. Do you guys want to come with him?
I do.
Yep,
I mean, I don't
okay.
want to, but I do. Go.
Right, exactly. We don't want to leave.
He seems kind of surprised that you are following him, but yeah, he pretends like he's really focused on this kid, and the process of listening to him explain it is excruciating. He tries to explain to the child, like, "Your mommy isn't going to come back," and the kid asks why not, and he has to explain, "Well, because she's dead now," and the kid does not understand the meaning of the word dead. And Salvador has to slowly explain, and it works, but the process of watching it work it tears you apart, because this kid is slowly being forced to understand that his mother is definitely gone and she's definitely not coming back. And by the time they get back to Arabelle and they find an orphanage, he is sobbing into Salvador's shoulder. Salvador drops the kid off at the orphanage, and he is absolutely inconsolable. The minute he is dropped, he runs into like a closet and just cries there, and Salvador has to patiently explain to the matron what happened and the situation he was in, and could you please look after this child for us.
Well, there's probably going to be more children in the temple, I would assume, too. We should probably give them a heads up that there's more coming.
That's actually a good point. And do you make that in character?
Yes, sorry. So Nyla turns to the matron and goes, just so you're aware, there is a likelihood that there are more of these in the temple, and you're going to be seeing a spike. There have been a lot of kidnapped children, and they may not all have parents.
She nods grimly and she says, "All right, I'll have things ready for when you come back."
Thank you.
Thank you.
Salvador turns back to you. He's sort of grim-faced. He's not his usual happy, dopey, smiling self anymore. He says, "All right, you guys ready to go back?"
If you are.
He says, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm ready." He's avoiding your eyes, Ariazis.
She shrugs and looks at the other two, like, ignoring that, like, okay, anyway, are we going?
Apparently we have some children to rescue, so let's go.
So you head back out. Luckily, it's not very far to walk. It's an hour, but it's only like rolling plains. So you get back to the temple in time. Sal is very quiet the whole time. Is anyone talking about anything on the walk over?
I honestly, I don't remember like most of that fight. My notes are not that great. I don't remember like if I was one of the ones that actually killed her. I don't know.
I think like, quibbling over who dealt a killing blow.
Matter,
It's not material.
But I mean, like, I'm not feeling great. I don't normally have to see the aftermath of this kind of thing.
Is there any visible sign of it? Because if there is, Sal will definitely try to comfort you.
I mean, I'm probably like fidgety and avoiding eyes, but not like I don't know. I'm just a little bit more reserved than usual.
I feel like that would at least be enough for Sal to, sidle up to you and like put a hand on your back in a sort of comforting gesture.
I'm not used to this, and I'm sorry.
He says, "It's all right. You don't have to apologize to me. It's just, I hope it's a little clearer why I always insist on not killing people now, maybe."
To me, yeah.
He hugs you. Sal, for all of Sal's preachiness, he is very, very quick to forgive. He's a big old softy.
Well, I mean, that's also part of his faith.
Yeah, that's also true. He's a cleric. He can't not forgive someone. Anything else talked about? And if the answer is no, that's fine, to be clear. I just want to make sure.
No.
Oh, Nyla's definitely not talking about it.
Nope.
Do you want to give any character insights, like just to the audience, to the what's going through heads?
Nyla's probably thinking about how Orda reminded her of her youngest sibling.
Ooh, deep.
Oh, wow, okay. Wow, alrighty.
What about you, Arya? Ari, I can say it because I'm not a character.
Yeah, because you're the DM, right? She's like thinking about the explanation, and like when Sal was like explaining to the kid like what it means for like your mother to be dead, and like she can't get the image of like the crying child out of her head, and is like kind of actually really angry at Sal. So she's just like it's like stormy silence.
Okay. Interesting. Sal senses the anger, I think, and he there's the instinct in him because he's fucking Sal. Like he wants to like comfort you, but he senses that you're angry at him, and he's not sure why. He's not sure what he did, but he's just like, okay, well, I guess you don't want comfort then.
I don't understand it. What's going on here?
So you make it back to the temple. So you can see the same broken door that you were outside just a couple hours ago. Mm-hmm. And what do you want to do? You cannot look through it right at this particular moment. This is where combat-y things might start, for example.
Mm-hmm. Can I do a perception check maybe to see if I can see anything or hear anything unusual?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know why I should
you are
be doing
right
this,
up
should not be doing this.
You are right up around
I'll
the entrance.
probably also help you out.
Yeah, we can all do it.
Okay, so Selwyn, it's a good roll. It's a 17. With a 17, you can hear the sound of pacing back and forth. But because you did roll a 17, it's not 2-footed pacing, it's 4-footed pacing. It's like paws on the ground, pacing back and forth.
Well, that's not one.
Okay.
And
Sure,
also
that's
with that
one nugget.
17, you can hear something There is some sort of muffled sound coming from in the temple and down, you think.
Okay.
You're going to have to go inside to hear it better.
Yeah, I'd definitely share that information.
Sounds like four-legged. Oh, gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way, could Nyla do a scout ahead, like sneak up?
Yeah, you could throw up the hood of your cloak and, like, peer around the door.
Yeah.
To
Okay,
get a look
I'm gonna try
inside. Roll stealth for me.
that. Oh, shit.
That's a nat 20, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so you definitely do not draw this creature's attention. And what you see, actually, I should have gotten the picture ready.
Ah!
You see that pacing back and forth in front of a door that seems to be leading into a cellar.
Oh god. Is there anything else around it?
Yes, there sure is something else.
Oh my god.
Your eye is drawn immediately to this massive, terrifying dog, right? And for a second, you're like, ah, and for that same amount of time, you don't even notice the other feature of note, which is a person, a corpse, actually. They are slumped against one of the walls, and so this temple is broken in half up the middle. So there's tons of light coming down, tons of natural light coming down, which illuminates the corpse just perfectly. Its eyes have been gouged out, and it is chained to the wall, and underneath it, written in blood, is the following, and I will read it out loud and copy paste. She has no way out but through. She will find the pillars that hold the world and bring it down around her, above, below, between.
Nyla has like the most horrified expression on her face as she sneaks back to the party, and I think she's a little shaken as she like turns to you all. And
Sal hugs you. That's the only thing he knows how to do to comfort you.
That's all we can do, yeah.
Which actually makes things worse because Nyla's not a hugger. She like looks at you all. She goes, seriously, there's some sort of evil dog, and the creepiest. I mean, guys, this is out of like a gothic horror novel. Oh, I don't know what we're getting ourselves into, but it is not good.
Sounds like, what'd you see?
There's an enormous.
Yeah,
like,
we got the
boar-
dog. Yeah, the dog.
Okay, but I just want to be clear because it's a very scary dog. Did I tell you about its claws?
Did
You
you
didn't.
Did
What
you notice
else?
anything around the mouth by any chance?
Teeth?
Well, yeah. I mean, most dogs have teeth, Nyla. I mean, these are cultists, so there's a good chance that it might be a hellhound.
Oh yeah. There's fire, isn't it? Yes. It was. It seemed like it was.
If you saw fire around its mouth, then yeah, it's probably a hellhound.
It's a hell. Oh god, I don't even know what that is.
He says, well, they are devils. They are summoned up by evil people from the nine hells. They are sentient, technically, although, they don't have what you would call a soul.
Well, that's just great. Also, there was a corpse chained to a chair with no eyes.
Chained to the wall, not a chair.
Chained to the wall.
A corpse with no eyes chained. Wow, this is a great temple. This is a very good temple that we have found.
This is a no good temple. Also, I couldn't see anyone else, so I don't know what. Something bad happened here.
You also, I think I forgot to mention this. While you stuck your head in, the muffled thing that Selwyn couldn't quite identify, you can now identify it as the sound of children screaming very distantly below you.
Oh god.
Oh.
Okay, well we have to go rescue the children, obviously.
Sal says, "Oh yeah, we gotta rescue yeah, for sure, we gotta rescue the children."
So we need a plan.
Sneaky.
I don't think we can sneak past this thing.
I had passed without a trace. Maybe we could.
Sal says,
I
"To be absolutely
could.
clear, I have no compunctions about killing a hellhound." Like, he turns with you very seriously. Like, it does not have a soul.
Oh, I see. That's the distinction that we're making.
Yes. He says, yes, obviously, that's a distinction that I make. If it does not have a soul, I don't have any problems killing it.
Good to know.
He says,
That
in
was, like,
fact, my
looking-
nature as a cleric is kind of, I feel like I probably should kill it quickly.
So do we want to sneak up on it? I can do pass without a trace.
mean, we
or-
should sneak up on it and attack it, but I think we're gonna have to kill it. There's no
Yeah,
other
right.
option.
But I mean,
Sal says, I don't know, I mean, they have very keen senses, so I think it's probably best if we... I can't articulate this in a way that's not D&D mechanics. Basically, what Sal is trying to say is that, like, it has a very high perception score, and it's probably just better just to burst in and attack it. Like, going for a stealthy route may not be the best option.
I have True Strike, so if we let me be able to
Oh, a
see
surprise
it.
round?
I can get a surprise round, yeah.
That's a good idea. So,
yeah.
okay, so I think that's the plan. So shove
Okay.
Selwyn in first.
Shove the wizard in. And sounds like, don't worry, I'll be right behind you with the healing if you need it.
Thanks!
You're welcome. He hugs you. Don't you worry about nothing. You're gonna be just fine.
Nyla pats her on the shoulder. You'll be fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's do this thing. She pulls out her daggers.
All right, let's roll initiative. Okay, initiative has been set. You have the surprise round, Selwyn. So go ahead. You cast True Strike, I assume?
Yes.
True Strike. It is immune to fire damage. It has dark vision to 60 feet, passive perception to 15, and it understands Infernal, but it cannot speak.
Would I know if it could be blinded or deafened?
Yeah, there's no condition immunities.
Okay.
It sees you, its ears perk up immediately, and it growls loudly.
Oh, fun.
And you also have,
fun.
in addition to the surprise round, you also have first attack, which is handy.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Witch Bolt at a 2nd level.
Okay. What's a nat 20?
Nice.
Woo! Yes!
Okay,
Yeah. Good first roll.
to be clear, because it is you do not get critical damage every time it deals damage. You deal critical damage on the first attack and then regular damage.
Woohoo!
For the
Nice.
rest. So go ahead and roll critical damage.
Still
Okay.
a great first round, though.
It
Starting
is
this
a
out with
great
bang.
first round, yeah.
Yes.
Woof! 18 damage. Holy crap. Good job.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Why didn't I not open my calculator? I need to be intellectually honest with myself.
Right. You're like, I can't math. And that's okay.
I'm a dumbass, and that's fine. I'm queer and bad at math.
Exactly.
Okay. Good,
cool.
good hit. Okay, next up in the order is Nyla.
Nyla steps forth, and she pulls out her dagger, and she goes, "Okay, baby, let's see what you can do."
Bite, you mean?
Yes.
Excellent. Make an attack roll. Nope, that's not a hit, but you can recall it immediately.
Dang it. Okay, well, I call it back.
So I was like, it's okay. It's a new dagger. You'll get the hang of it. Don't worry.
She like glares at her dagger. Okay, and then I'm gonna try to hide.
Okay.
You can also do an offhand attack, can't you?
Not from a distance.
I don't think
Not
yet.
from a distance. Okay. Then what's the point of rogues having multiple knives?
Well, if you're closer, which
But Sal's like, but that was really cool how you recall it, Nyla. That was very neat.
thanks, Sal.
Sal trying to be positive. A 16 is a success. A 16 versus passive perception, so that is a success. You duck into the shadows and it does not see
Okay.
you.
Sweet.
It is now Salvador's turn. He is going to. He's never really had to do damaging spells. Like, he did it once and he regretted it immediately. But he will have no cause to regret this one. So he's going to cast Guiding Bolt. A flash of light streaks toward a creature of your choice within range. Make a ranged spell attack. That's a hit.
Woo.
On a hit, the target takes 4d6 radiant damage, and the next attack roll made against the target before the end of your next turn has advantage. So, Ariazis, you are going after Selwyn, so if you make a physical attack, you have advantage on it. Woof!
Nice.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Alrighty, it is not looking too good. Ariazis, you are next up in the order. By the way, now that there's some consternation happening, you can hear another growling sound amidst all the screaming from below. You think there's probably more hellhounds downstairs.
Oh, fun.
Okay. So, I'm just looking at my cool new ring thing.
Actually, it does not specify a melee attack roll. The next attack roll you make against
Okay.
this
The
hellhound
next
has
attack roll.
advantage.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't think I'm going to do melee because it could set my staff on fire.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. She's like, it's made of wood. Let's see. Cast bark skin on myself. And
That's good, considering there are probably more hellhounds downstairs.
right. So it's like AC can't be less than 16, and then I'm gonna wild shape into a direwolf.
Hell yeah!
Yes!
It's Wolf o'clock, motherfuckers!
Right. She's like, all right, we're gonna do this. And who is within 5 feet of me? Anybody?
Probably everyone at the moment.
Yeah. So I have pack tactics. That means I have advantage on attack rolls as long as you guys are within 5 feet of me.
You already have advantage if
Sweet.
you attack
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. It's already. Yeah. So I get to bite.
You
Plus
leap.
5 to
This
hit.
is cool as hell. Salvador in the back like, woo!
All right, let's go. Wolf to wolf.
Wolf o'clock.
So, plus 5 to hit.
It's a dog eat dog world.
Ha! Sounds like,
Yeah.
ah,
Oh
it's
my
because
God.
they're dogs. It's funny. You're funny, Selwyn.
That's actually.
Oh, that's a hit. That's
That's
a
a
hit.
hit. Okay, and then
This is probably going to be the killing blow, so come up with a cool description. Like,
Yeah.
Ariazi's leaping forward and, like, ripping its throat out.
yeah, there we go. It's like no fire for you. So
And
it's,
actually, if Ariazi's does rip its throat out, there's, like, probably, like, lava that comes spewing out.
Oh, God.
Hellhounds are cool.
oh yeah, if the target is a creature, it must succeed a DC 13 strength. It doesn't matter, or be knocked prone. If it's dead, it's gonna.
Oh, well,
whatever.
roll damage, just in case. I don't know how much
Okay.
damage it does.
Okay, it says hit 10 or 2d6 plus 3, piercing.
So that means you can either have, say, it does 10 damage, or you can actually roll 2d6 plus 3. It's your prerogative.
Yeah. Okay, I'll roll.
8 damage. That is just enough to kill it. You leap forward and you rip its fucking throat out. And Salvador's like, woo! Good job!
She just like growls like yeah, thanks. Can't talk as a wolf.
We are going to stay in initiative order because there are more monsters, but they are not an immediate threat. Sal heads over to the edge of the fissure and he looks down and he says, oh golly, y'all.
What?
Nyla comes over.
You all look down straight into what you think is the cellar, and underneath there are piles of skeletons scattered around this area, and also in one corner of the room, like 10-15 children curled, like huddled in a corner screaming as two other massive hellhounds are chained to the wall on rapidly loosening metal chains.
Ah, fuck.
Oh dear.
So I was like, we gotta go right now.
Can we? How do we get down there? What's the fastest way?
You think the hellhound that you just killed was guarding the staircase down. You get the idea, like the fact that the chains are so weak is part of what the torture these children are going through. Like they have to watch as the hellhounds are pulling the chains away. So you'd have to work really quickly, but if you get down there, you might be able to blind them before they get free.
Okay, Nyla takes off on a sprint.
Yeah,
Sal is at your
definitely.
heels, like no. So
It's one thing to talk about children dying. It's another thing to actually see it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Life is funny that way. So you all sprint downstairs, and the moment the two hellhounds see you, they immediately like they were angry before, but now they are capital A angry, and they are going to. It would be the other hellhound's turn in the initiative order. So they are going to make strength checks.
I haven't
Wow,
changed mine.
unbelievable.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so they start barking, but they cannot get close enough to hit you yet. But those chains, it's not going to take long. Next up in the order is Selwyn. What do you want to do? You're standing at the bottom. By the way, there is a broken throne on the very far end of the room near where the children are. And the hellhounds are they're held about 10 feet away from you with the chain, while they're chained to the wall. They are very close to the door, but they cannot quite get you.
Should I blind or should I attack?
Find it. Just yeah.
Blind it? Okay.
Do it.
Lefty or righty? I guess it doesn't matter. The one closer to you or the one further from you?
Closer.
So lefty. Okay.
It makes a constitution saving throw.
Con's got a +2 con not. But a 9 is not going to do it. So it is blinded, you said?
Yes.
All right. It
That's
is.
nines.
It is blinded. Neat. How long does that last till the end of your next turn?
Lasts 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay, so like a couple rounds of combat. Okay. Next up in the order is Nyla.
Nyla steps up and goes, "It's like you do these things just for me." And she's gonna do a sneak attack, dagger attack on the blinded one.
With bite,
Like-
or are you going to get close enough to?
I'm gonna try bite, or I just want to make it work.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
so I'm
it's
gonna
it's the
roll-
new toy. You want to do it cool
Yeah.
Roll with advantage here.
because it is blinded. That is true. 19 plus 5 is a hit. Yeah, go ahead.
Nice.
Sweet.
All right.
Okay,
Nice.
There we go.
so that's from the first attack, and then I'm gonna try to pull it out.
The 2d6 is from sneak attack, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's all right. So that does 22 damage. Woof. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so then I'm gonna just do.
It's like,
Do I
"Here,
need
Dagger,
to?
come back."
Do I need to roll to another attack or?
No, for the recall, you do not need to roll.
Okay, so it's just another one.
1d4 plus 4, yeah. -5. Woof. That is good. That is a good. You did
I
it
was
good.
like, oh baby, never mind. I thought I was mad at you for a little bit, but
Sal's in the back being a cheerleader, like, yeah, no! That was cool!
So I'm gonna try to step away. I guess I can't. I already used my bonus action to do the extra dagger thing, so I can't hide again. So
you only
okay.
get one bonus action per round.
I'm just gonna back up against away from the wall.
Okay. Salvador is up next, like, that was very cool, Nyla, well done! And he is gonna cast
Good.
Inflict Wounds.
Kick names and take ass.
In that order. So he needs to make a ranged spell attack. So it's 1d20 plus 7. 19 is a hit. And it takes 16 necrotic damage. He attacked the other one.
Whoa.
Okay. He did a nice big chunk of damage on the righty, the one who's not blinded. Next up in the order is Ariazes. You are still a wolf.
Yep, still a wolf. Everyone's close to me, don't matter. It's just gonna lunge forward and be like, rah.
You can attack lefty, who's blind, and you would have advantage, or righty, who is not
Yes.
lefty. Okay.
Yay.
15 is a hit.
Yay!
Woo!
Roll damage.
And this time I'm gonna go with 10 instead of rolling.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it is not down. The hellhounds are going. Now that you are right on top of it, Ariazes, they are both going to attack you.
Oh wait, if the target is a creature, it has to do a strength thingy.
What?
A strength saving throw, otherwise it's
what
not
is this
prone.
From being a dire wolf.
From being a
doing the
dire
attack.
Yeah. So let me just copy paste. I don't know if it'll work though.
Or it'd be thrown back or knocked prone. Okay, so it needs to make a saving throw. It has a +3 to his strength. So it is not prone.
That's okay though.
It's a good try.
The one that you just attacked is going to breathe a cone of fire onto you.
Oh dear gods.
I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw, Ariazes. And actually, I want all of you to make a dexterity saving throw. Selwyn, you are fine. Salvador is not fine. Ariazes, you're fine. Nyla, you are not fine. So if you failed your saving throw, so Nyla and Salvador, you take 21 points of fire damage.
Yo.
The others take 10. Ooh, Sel's not looking too good.
No, that's not looking good.
He's still standing, though. And then it is the other hellhound's turn. He is going to try to break his chains. That's a success. The other hellhound breaks free, and he's going to use his other attack to bite you, Arya. 23 is a hit. You are going to take 1d8 plus 3 plus 2d6.
Oh no, that's a lot of pluses.
You take 11 points of damage. And that is the hellhound's turn. Selwyn, you're up next.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie, okie dokie.
Sounds like, I'll heal you. Hey, I'll heal myself and Nyla first, probably.
Like, wait.
Now I'm gonna do Witch Bolt again, because that's reliable.
Okie dokie.
But
Oh, it's a nat 20 again!
Hey, boop, boop,
What's
boop,
the
boop.
Roll critical damage. You don't even need to use your spell focus.
I don't.
Noise.
Sal in
Cool.
the back like, you're killing it today, Sal. Killing it today, Selwyn.
Woof.
Direwolf Ariazes like wags her tail like, yeah.
That's quite a lot of damage. Very good. It is not quite dead, but it's almost dead. Next up in the order is Nyla. They are both not very great, Nyla.
Nyla looks a little woozy. She's
Fair.
like, well,
Set you on fire.
don't let anyone ever tell you that I didn't do anything for children. And she's gonna do another sneak attack against the blinded one.
Okay. An 18 is a hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll
And
damage.
she's doing it again with bite.
With bite? Okay. Nyla never attacks in melee again.
Probably never. Mostly because she's just really excited about these things.
Even if it would be objectively better to attack in melee. Nyla's like, no! Throws the dagger.
I think she just really likes the returns on its own. Like, that's just her favorite thing in the entire world.
I think I stole that from, I think it was Chris Perkins who, if I stole anything D&D related, I probably stole it from Chris Perkins. Alright, Hellhound left is done. He gave his rogue a dagger called Moon Splinter with a similar feat, and I thought it was so fucking cool. I was like,
so
hell
nice.
yeah!
Automatically
It's also
returning
kind of like the
daggers.
Chance Lance.
It is a little like the Chance Lance, yeah.
Anything that comes back to my hand, it's like a boomerang. It's my favorite thing ever.
A boomerang, except it's pointy.
So
So
you
the fish away, it comes back to me.
so you can recall it. Obviously, it's not going to do any damage because you already killed it.
She recalls it. Oh shoot! So if she recalls it, she can't hide.
Nope. That's
Which
the
one
drawback.
did you kill, lefty or righty?
Lefty is the one that's dead.
Okay, good.
God.
It
If I
is.
die because of all of you, she recalls the dagger.
Don't worry. So I was like, don't worry. I got you. He's gonna cast Cure Wounds at a 2nd level. You gain 17 hit points, Nyla,
Yay!
because of course he's gonna heal someone else before he heals himself because he does not plan things very well. Ariazis, you are up next. There's only one hellhound left.
All right, might as well bite it. Chomp chomp.
Chomp. What's up, boys? It's your Chomp mom.
I like that we have our like illegal dog fighting going on in this basement.
15 is a hit. Roll damage. Or you can just use the 10.
Yeah, let's just do 10. I don't want to roll.
10 is enough. You rip out its throat again. Lava spills onto the floor and hisses and sizzles in the dirt. The children are still screaming, but now the room is significantly quieter. Congratulations, you solved my hellhound puzzle, which was the solution to the puzzle was kill them. Was
Yeah,
the
right,
solution?
that's
Yeah,
Kill them dead.
yeah, kill
So the
them.
children, are they like chained to the wall?
They are not. They literally were thrown down into this room. They were not tied up. They were the reason they could not go back upstairs was because there were 2 massive hellhounds that they were too scared to go past.
Fair.
That's fair, yeah.
Salvador's like, oh my god, and he immediately runs over and he's like, it's okay, you're gonna be just fine now. You're safe. The bean doggies are dead. And I guess this is a persuasion roll for Salvador. Let's see if he can calm them down.
Our guys is gonna like morph back into tiefling. Like, yeah, I don't need to be a wolf
Yeah, it's
anymore.
that'll probably scare them more given the circumstances.
Right, exactly. They're like,
So a 13 middling success. They're not screaming, but they are still shaking and sobbing and crying. Salvador's like, it's gonna be okay. Everyone who's not Salvador, roll perception for me really quick.
There we go. I was like, what else is around here?
right, exactly. Well, he's distracted.
Good job,
Really
Nyla.
killing it tonight.
You are killing it. A big tasty 9. But thank God you have friends who are more perceptive than you.
Like Sylvain, yeah.
So Selwyn, with your 19 roll, you didn't notice it at first because you were a little busy with the hellhounds and the screaming children. On the other side of the fissure, about 100 feet across, there is a woman. She is slumped forward over herself with her facing near the edge of the big fissure and running through the middle of the temple. Her hair is stark white. She is dressed in a long black robe, and she has her head down in her crossed arms, and she's not moving.
Guys.
That looks a little creepy.
Nyla has not noticed her.
Yeah, Nyla's not noticed. That's true.
Nyla's like trying to figure out what we're going to do with all these children.
She lifts her head.
Shit.
Ariazi's like turning Nyla's head like,
Yeah, I like elbow Nyla.
Why are you going to elbow me in the
She is staring directly at you.
okay.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find a good picture. Hang on.
Okay.
She lifts her head and she is staring directly at you.
Is that I like stage whisper, is that the goddess?
I
that
don't
maybe.
know.
Her eyes are flickering between you, like she's trying to see something.
Has Sal noticed yet, or he's busy with the kids?
What did you say?
What?
Are you
She disappears.
what?
What? What?
Oh.
Did we just see motherfucking Beshaba?
Maybe?
Sal has not noticed any of this. He is still comforting the kids.
Sal!
Oh, you missed it.
Don't yell! They're very scared.
I'm very scared.
Beshaba was here. I think it was her anyway.
What?
We just
Across
saw
the
her.
fissure.
Across the fissure?
Sylvain saw her.
He says, he looks over and he's like, he has no proof of this, so he's like, well, she's not here now, and there are a bunch of screaming children that seem to demand my attention a little more.
Okay. Just thought you would like to know that she was here.
It's not like he could do anything about it.
Right.
What?
I don't know. You tell me.
She didn't seem well.
Why is she here? What does she want?
Is she maybe the she from those notes?
Perhaps.
I mean, that would check out, yeah.
It would explain why they're going for more kids and things.
You can see it's like 100 feet across, right? You can see some stuff on the other side of the temple, but you can't immediately, because it's so far away, you cannot tell immediately what they are.
Could we get closer over there?
You would have to find a way to get across the fissure, but you can, yeah. It's not going to be easy. Like, you can't jump 100 feet no matter what you roll, right?
Right.
You would have to have, like, some sort of magical effect, maybe, or you'd have to use... I don't know. You tell me what you
We'll figure it out. Do you guys have anything? I mean, I've got feather fall, but that's not super helpful.
I'm looking up like things I can morph into that can jump really far.
Yeah, do you have anything that flies?
I can't do flying yet, only swimming.
Yeah, that's like about to level 6, 7? I don't remember.
Yeah.
And there's nothing. It's just like a giant 100-foot chasm.
It's a 100-foot chasm. Yeah.
Okay. And we know that there's a bottom, but it's very far down.
Yeah. To be clear, like I intentionally designed this so it's going to be very difficult to get across.
Yeah. It's
We might have to leave it.
Yeah, I don't have any spells that help with this kind of thing.
So I was like, well, I mean, I don't know if we'd want to necessarily go over to where the goddess Beshaba was just a hot minute ago, but we really need to get these children back to Arabelle.
All right, let's do that.
To be
then.
clear, did you already send your letter, Selwyn, to your professor?
Yeah, I think that was the first thing that I did when we got to Ariapor.
The process of calming down, because there's like 15 kids here, the process of calming them down enough to like walk them upstairs again. For the most part, they are not hurt, but you could, like, these children are scarred forever. And like, yeah, like understandably so. Like, being trapped in a terrifying basement full of skeletons with 2 hellhounds, that's enough to scare like anyone, but children especially.
I have a question. So there are no cultists around? It's just like they trapped a bunch of children in a thing with hellhounds, and there's
not at this particular moment, no.
Okay, like we can't find anyone else. Okay, we should keep.
You do see some signs of life as you head back upstairs. You do, like, there are a couple bedrolls in the corner. There's the remnants of a fire that you hadn't noticed before. But right at this particular moment, no, there are no cultists.
Okay, I like warn Ariazis and Selwyn. I'm like, we need to keep an eye out because like there clearly are people around. Like, where are they?
Yeah.
Good question.
Out gathering more, presumably.
That would be your like knee-jerk instinct. Like, if they're not here, they're probably getting more kids or something. And it takes a while to calm the kids down and walk them outside, but you get out without any issue. And as you are all walking back to Iriabor with the children sniffling and whining and crying, Selwyn, you suddenly hear a voice in your head. Is this thing working? Hello? Selwyn? I haven't cast this spell in about 300 years.
Professor?
Yes, it's me. It's Elminster. How are you, dear? Hi, it's future Tessa, or past Tessa from your perspective when I'm editing this episode. I just wanted to insert a little quick aside here and say that if you happen to be on our Discord server, it's bit.ly/CFC Discord, and you know who Elminster is, don't tell my players, okay? Smartass, they don't know who he is, and it's going to be a delightful surprise like 3 or 4 episodes down the line. And if you are listening to this podcast in the future, they already know who he is, so joke's on you. Okay, back to the episode.
Not great, but you know.
Not great. Yeah, I just got your letter. The post service is very fast around here, especially since I think they upgraded it to magical down here. I just got your letter. Very nice to hear from you. He's making small talk. He does this a lot. He's like very loquacious.
Professor, we just killed a bunch of hellhounds. Can you maybe, skip the niceties?
Oh, sorry, dear. I just wanted to listen. This spell is somewhat limited. He's already wasted a lot of it. He says, this spell is somewhat limited, but I wanted to let you know that I find your note. I got your notes very interesting. When you get a moment, come back to Candlekeep and we'll talk.
Okay.
How are you, by the way? It's been a minute.
Hellhounds just killed.
Oh, right, you just mentioned that. Yes, that is. I suppose that is true, isn't it? All right, well, all my best. Good luck with whatever else happens. Can't wait to talk to you again.
Cheers.
Have a good day, dear. And then the message, like, this is very par for the course with Elminster. He's always been like this.
Yeah.
He's just
So,
kind of an old...
For everybody else, I've just been having a conversation with thin air.
Yeah, like suddenly she's just talking.
Oh, that's true. I think we're all like staring at
Like,
Actually,
what does it look like
you know
to us? Yeah.
I suspect this stuff happens with
And
her all the time.
even worse, it sounds like one half of like a weird, unpleasant phone call. like all you hear is like, "Yes, hello, Professor." Okay, but there were hellhounds. Listen. And Salvador's like, "What was that, Selwyn?"
My professor got back to me with that letter that I sent, and he wants me to come back to Candlekeep to talk about it.
Salvador's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, at first he's like, "Oh, well, that's good," and then he's like, "Oh, Candlekeep near Baldur's Gate." Oh,
Yeah,
good.
but you know, I sent him a copy of the notes that we found in the other temple, so he might be able to help us out with that.
Who's your professor?
Elminster.
Do one quick thing. What is his mod? Nope, that's not good enough. He says, "Okay, well, all right. I suppose that's fine, as long as we go to Candlekeep. Yeah, that's definitely where we're going. Candlekeep is where we are going."
That's
Started
what they said.
Candlekeep,
Yep.
but you know we can always swing back home on the way back.
Don't think he wants to, Nyla.
That's okay. We'll talk about it on the way home.
Let's leave it there for tonight.
Alright.
Hey friends, it's your favorite DM, Tessa Crowley. If you want more information on the show, social media links, episode lists, character biographies, or player information, check out our website, critfail.club or critfailclub.com. If you want to chat with us or other listeners, or even listen live as we record, join our Discord server at bit.ly/cfcdiscord. Episodes are available on YouTube at bit.ly/cfc channel and wherever you get your podcasts.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fine.
That's fine.
So how are you? Gummy bears.
I'm very cranky about my lack of. I want gummy bears.
Sorry, I heard a thud. It must have just been somebody upstairs, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't my front door or anything.
Okay, good to know.
Okay. Sorry, let me finish chewing my gummy bears. Bad audio.
Now that I'm eating. Snack time.
I was like, wait, but I was about to get up and go get some. I've got like Easter egg candy, which is
Oh,
my
shit.
favorite thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that stuff.
It's okay.
Okay.
I always
Well,
wait
ate all
till
the-
I always wait till the day after Easter when all the candy's on sale.
Oh, yes.
Same with Halloween
No.
and Valentine's Day.
I don't believe that at all. I believe
Well, also,
in
if
buying...
you go to CVS, it's always on sale, like,
Right.
until the week before.
But it's usually like clearance sale the day after because they want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, I'm done with my gummy bears. Sorry.